Hi, welcome to the Gear Garage. My name is Zach. This is my little internet show about whitewater stuff. And in today's episode, I want to talk about flipping light rafts, like light paddle boats or maybe like a light oar boat. We've been out filming this online rowing course all month, and I have some really cool footage I want to share with you about it and just talk about flipping for those of you that haven't done it. And this is an important skill. This is something you should be doing and practicing. It's hard to get yourself to do it. It's physically difficult. The river's cold, but it's worth practicing. And so I just quickly, when flips happen, they don't happen when you expect them to happen. And a lot of times when a boat flips, you take a second like, wow, that really just happened. And you need to quickly act. In some places, you don't need to quickly act. You have a mile of flat water, you can take your time. But sometimes the next raft is not that far away, and you don't have time to get the boat to shore, or you can't get it to shore, and you need a quick reflip. So to reflip a boat, what I like to do is swim to the end of the boat. I find the end of the boat the easiest place to get up on it. Some people can get it right up on the sides of the boat, but it takes a lot of physical strength. And so what you do is you get to the end of the boat, kind of reach up, put your fingers in the drain holes or between the floor and the main tube, whatever it is. It's sometimes really hard. Every boat's different. And just start wiggling your way up on the boat. And this is not fun, and it doesn't look pretty. Like your butt's up in the air, you're slowly wiggling your way up. Nobody does this gracefully, okay? You're not gonna get reviewed though. You just need to get back on that upside down boat. And when I'm up on the upside down boat, I just like to take a second and try to, if I have people on my boat, try to make sure all my swimmers are taken care of. That there's no person that fell on my boat that's in immediate danger. And that's a big deal. Count everybody. Once you've counted all the heads, and there could be somebody actually under the boat, which is, you may not count them. But once you have a sense of where everybody is, then you want to look at reflipping the boat. And the easiest way to do it is with the flip line. And I'm really a big fan of these Black Diamond Magnetron carabiners for this, because they're really easy to use locking carabiners, really quick to use. And I like these fancy new flip lines. I think Blue Water makes, I was free to make some, but they're really cool. And basically clip this onto a D-ring and lean back and flip it over. Now, if you don't have a flip line with you, which you should have a flip line with you, stored somewhere in your PFD, you could untie the bow line and run that through a D-ring and pull on that. Or sometimes I've used a paddle I still have in my hand, put it down in the handle, twist it, and pull back on the paddle. There's different things you can do if you don't have a flip line, but it really helps to have a flip line. And the taller you are and the heavier you are, the more leverage you'll get. So I can put the paddle down in the handle and pull, but not everybody can. Just because I'm a big, tall dude, I have a little advantage here. But once you basically get whatever it is, ideally your flip line, you kind of lean back and the boat flips over. And if you practice this a bunch, you learn to lean back, and you also learn to push off a little bit so the boat doesn't fall on top of you. And then once it's back over, you need to get back in the boat so you can start boating, basically. So this is also really hard. You have to have the ability to get back in the boat by grabbing a handle, pushing yourself up to a straight arm, grabbing something inside that boat and pulling yourself in. Again, when I was in my 20s, I feel like I did this pretty gracefully. Nowadays, this is not graceful. I do not want to have people watch me get back in the boat because it's hard and you're kind of, again, wiggling yourself in there. And typically, by the time you get back in, you're exhausted, you're winded. But you have swimmers, you need to start pulling people, and again, make sure everybody's safe. Pull this off, because this is potentially an entanglement hazard. Like, grab this off the outside D-ring and keep boating. People ask a lot of times, what about oar boats? And oar boats are basically the same thing. Just a quick talk about oar boats. One thing you can do is get them to shore and do other methods on shore I'm not going to talk about. But if it's floating and you have time, you can just quickly flip it back over. It helps to take the oars off. It's safer to take the oars off. So if you're floating and there's time, pull the oars off, get them away from the boat, do the same thing. But if the oars are on, you just jump back on the upside down boat, maybe clip this to a far D-ring on a far side, and as you flip it over, push yourself away from the boat so the oars don't smack you in the head. I think the oars are definitely a safety thing, but if you're super aware of them and you push away when you flip it, I think you can sort of handle that risk a little bit. It's up to you, but it's something that you might need to quickly reflip an oar boat and again, being aware of the oars is a big deal. But if you're nervous about the oars, again, pull them off before you do the flip, or get the boat to shore and deal with one of those methods for flipping boats back over. So those are some quick thoughts about flipping. If I missed something that you think is important, if you have anything to add, if you have questions, always add those in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this, give me a little like, and smash that subscribe button. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.